Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-March right through to mid-April 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who is coming in your way. Also, I want you to be aware that Venus is currently hidden in the sky. And what that means is it's not readily available to see, and as basically it governs love. This is a time period where it will be a little bit more difficult to find love. I mean, it's not impossible, but it just means it's harder to get a relationship off the ground during this period. So you may meet somebody, but it's a slow burn relationship that will actually create a nice solid foundation, but at the same time it will be a slow process. Okay, so let's see what is coming in your way and how things are working out for you in the next 6 weeks regarding singles love life there. How would you like to receive? Okay. We have the Chariot card, we have the Star energy, we also have 3 cards here. We have the Hierophant, we have the Tower, and we've got the Emperor. Okay, so there is someone coming in, and it may surprise you how you end up feeling for this person. But anyway, the Chariot card is empowerment. So of course this is about your motivation and drive. And with the Star energy being in the resistance position, some of you have been taking a period of healing in order to, really focus on yourself, your own needs, erect healthier boundaries. And some of you have really had a test of faith when it comes to love. So you've needed to take some time in order to work out who you are, what you want, and reestablish a relationship with yourself after a very disappointing or difficult time. It will take as long as it takes. Some of you may have separated from someone like a year ago, a couple of years ago, or a couple of months ago. Some of you may even have not been in a high-level commitment relationship, and you've been feeling very isolated. I don't feel this sense that you're lonely. There may have been a yearning there, but I feel actually you're focused on your own path. I feel like you've channeled all of your energy, time, and your thought process into ambition, into business or projects. I definitely see you've been keeping yourself busy, but with the Tower there, it can indicate when you have a moment to think, those 3 a.m. thoughts. Some of you are like tapping into that sense of isolation. You really wish that there was someone there that, who was strong enough to walk by your side, and someone that you could, just cozy up to at night. Someone who is a partner who will be there through thick and thin. But the Chariot card indicates some of you, especially it being in this position, some of you may have felt a little bit unmotivated to find love or put yourself in a position to meet love, because the Star energy is in the resistance position. And this tells me that some of you, there may be no options, nothing inspiring out there for a relationship. So you feel, there's no point in wasting your time when you feel very uninspired. And some of you may also feel that you want something really organic and you don't really want to force, putting yourself out there in the dating scene, going on like speed dating or apps. I mean, some of you may be doing that and seeing what's out there, but at the same time, I feel like you are hoping for fate to intervene. I mean, the Tower is a surprise. So I definitely see that there is a period where you've been stuck or feeling like you've been going round and round in circles, whether this was in you know, situations that were toxic, or, you know, maybe even mentally manipulative experiences that you've had with people in the past. I feel like you are stepping out of that cycle. You've learned the lesson, erected healthier boundaries, and you're not looking back. I mean, the Chariot card tells me that you're not even looking back at the past anymore. You've got closure on a part of your life. You acknowledge that you needed the healing, even if you were in a single energy and you have not been in a high level commitment. Some of you may be healing things from your past. For example, there may have been like a divorce or separation with your parents or guardians when you were younger, and it really like shook your foundation of what it means to love. Some of you could have been bullied, or, you know, your confidence was knocked in a situation and it made you feel very vulnerable when you were opening up. I mean, you always lead with truth and integrity, but when someone is getting to know you on a very intimate level, sometimes it can feel a little bit overwhelming. And, you know, you're not afraid of going to the depths of your emotions. In fact, you find it very thrilling. It's actually a very exciting part of being in a relationship, especially being a Scorpio. You know, you tend to merge with another person, really get to know them, feel them intuitively and instinctively. But also, I feel, you know, sometimes that can also be a little bit unhealthy. I'm a Scorpio too, so I kind of understand that level of, it's not really possession. People, I feel, sometimes misunderstand Scorpio as being like possessive, but it's more about respect, you know, of giving a part of yourself, putting your heart out there on a line and saying, this is me. Take me as I am. And then, you know, the reciprocal exchange of being and that level of depth in a relationship is that the other person does the same thing. So I feel sometimes people may have said to you, and again, don't shoot the messenger when I say this, some people may have said to you that you have really high expectations in a relationship. That's because you bring a lot to the table. They're not high at all. You know, you are, you know, there to get what you deserve in a relationship. And, you know, sometimes humans, they accept less than they truly deserve. And you have acknowledged in this lifetime that you're not going to settle for second best, that you, you know, you give it all. When you're in a relationship, you dive in and it's like 1,000,000%. So you expect the other person to step up and offer the same. It's not an unrealistic expectation. I want you to be aware of that, okay? But this is a card of travel as well. So some of you are moving on from a period of healing, but also I feel like you're ready to be motivated to find love. Also, some of you may be taking a vacation or going traveling. I mean, this card is literally Pisa, okay? It looks like a tower there. It looks like the Tower of Pisa. Some of you may literally be traveling to Italy, or perhaps someone you're about to meet is Italian there. But I mean, it could also be that, you know, you're going to meet someone suddenly traveling, someone that you're not expecting to find. But this is more about you've been spending a period of time in your life trying to work out where you belong. Okay. And I feel like you've been taking action in your life in other areas. You've really been on a journey of self-discovery. And I mean, this is really random and a little bit of an aside there. It's not really connected to love, but some of you may actually be purchasing a new car or looking at a car or even thinking about going on a road trip, because the Chariot card is connected to movement, cars, vehicles. So there may be like a synchronicity there that just after purchasing or just after a trip or even during a trip, you're going to meet someone new. Okay, so that's just coming through as an aside there. But it is a card of empowerment. Okay, so it indicates that you have a goal that you want to reach, and you are certain that 2024 is the year that you're going to reach that goal. And you will. I definitely see here there's a high level commitment, a divine counterpart coming in for you there. Now, we do have the star energy. It's in the resistance position. So it can indicate that you've been a little bit confused in love, or you've been connecting to people who left you feeling confused. There's an energy here of indecision. So some of you may have been connected to somebody who really didn't know what they wanted, or presented as knowing what they wanted, but deep down they're very wishy-washy, in and out, and very stubborn. Also, I feel with this star energy, there's an energy here of some of you, like maybe almost like resigning yourself that maybe love is not coming for you. And that's not true at all. You know, I definitely see that there is someone coming in. It's a surprise. With the Hierophant there, it tells me there is a real potential of marriage with this person as well. So I will connect to that when we go into the Celtic cross. But the star energy is, of course, a period of healing that has put you on pause when it comes to the dating scene. And some of you, it's that you have been connecting to ideas about your life's purpose path. And you've been focusing on doing you and making progress. And just time has been passing by. And suddenly you're like, you know what? I need to focus a little bit more on what it is I want. Intentional living for 2024. That's the overarching energy for the collective. So I feel like now you're connecting to, you know, pockets in your life where you feel like you haven't dived in deep enough recently. I feel like you've dived in deeply in the past, but right now I feel like you're looking at your life and seeing what's the missing piece or what's the missing ingredient that you've been hoping for. I feel all your wishes have not really been met when it comes to love, but anything that's in the resistance position, it will go into the upright by the end of the time period that I'm reading for. So I definitely see you're aligning yourself with a wish here. I mean, the star energy can also be a renewal. You know, a renewal of hope, that suddenly you feel inspired to find love, and you're restoring your faith in love as well. Also, I get a sense here that some of you, and again, don't shoot the messenger when I say this, I get a sense here of some of you feel like you actually blend into the background. That's not true at all, okay? I feel for some of you, it may be a state of mind or how you've been feeling about yourself that you want to withdraw into hermit mode, and you feel like you're not ready to be seen when it comes to love, or but I feel that's changing. That mindset is changing. Allow your beautiful light to shine. I feel you may have had experiences in the past with people who tried to knock your confidence because you outshone them. They felt intimidated by your sense of magnetism and that people are highly attracted to you. So they did everything they could to try and like keep you in your lane or put you in a little box and almost like take you out when they felt comfortable to do that. So I feel for some of you, you've had to unlearn that trait that someone tried to push upon you, project upon you there. Their insecurities. You know, you're a very deep empath, my beautiful Scorpio, and sometimes you may also absorb other people's energy. So if you have been in very controlling relationships or people who had lots of insecurities there, you may have actually absorbed them as your own, because remember, you tend to merge in a relationship with a partner, and that means there is a symbiotic kind of energy, also a synchronicity there, which can be really wonderful, exciting, and very deep, very magnetic. But at the same time, do not lose yourself in the other person. You need to retain a part of yourself for yourself, okay? It's a very important lesson that you've come to this lifetime to learn. Now, the outcome energy, we have the Hierophant. Now, for some of you, this is a course of study. Okay, the Hierophant is about learning, and I do feel like you have been learning more about yourself, also learning about change. You know, learning about a sense of control, how we can never truly control another person. A person will stay if they want to stay. And if they want to go, they're going to go. It means there was no respect there, or this respect has somehow been lost. So I feel some of you have been learning that about people and situations. You've been really understanding the human psyche. And you may have really tried to understand someone in particular that really either disappointed you or let you down. I want you to be aware that you're not going to repeat that cycle ever again. Okay, I feel like you learned the lesson from that, and the next person who comes in, they have respect. The next person who comes in, thanks so much, I'm truly grateful. Interesting. I'm being given a song, but I just heard from my guides, don't give the song until you touch the Emperor. Did you hear all those knocks just now? That's so crazy. My guides are like, yeah, that's the message. Don't give the song until you touch the Emperor. Now that sounds a little bit, but anyway, I'm touching the Emperor now, but they don't want me to give you the song until such time, and it's continuously playing, so it's kind of distracting, but they don't want me to give it to you until I actually touch that card to read it, so I will when I get there. It's actually very apt. It completely connects to that card. But this is the inner teacher, learning to trust your intuition, but also the Hierophant is the marriage card. So this is your outcome position. You know, if you felt like you were not ever going to get married, or you had dreams of connecting to a high-level commitment where you, exchange vows in some way, you know, this is going to happen for you. Remember, that star from the resistance position is going to turn into the upright. So I definitely see that you are moving towards a relationship where you will get that level of bond with a person. And I feel it's an unbreakable bond. It's an unshakable foundation that you will create with this person. They're going to be there no matter what, through thick and thin, this new person that's coming in. But also the Hierophant, I'm getting an energy here of advice. Okay, so this person, they may be a mentor, or perhaps, they're really good at inspiring people. I mean, it could be that you meet this person on a course of learning, or, maybe you're going on a cultural retreat somewhere, or cultural travel, because we do have like the Chariot card, which is movement. The Hierophant is all about absorbing knowledge. Also, there's this energy coming through right now about history. I really feel this person's really big into history and also into heritage. Okay, so I feel this person's very knowledgeable, whoever this person is. There's something about this person, they will have a conversation with you when you first meet. It's like a first date, or maybe it's a first meeting. I can't quite discern the energy right now. But there's a conversation about old texts, archaic texts. So I feel that's also an indication that you'll know that this person is the one. It may be like a news story that has surfaced when you are about to meet each other and you discuss it, but there's something about old texts. And I'm not talking about texts like text messages. I'm talking about scrolls. I'm talking about hieroglyphics. I'm talking about historical prose or texts in some way. Okay, so that's what's coming through there as well. I mean, this person could be a historian. They could be like a history teacher. They could be a mentor who has like a PhD in history, or maybe in heritage, or a life coach. Or I just feel there's something about this new person that's coming in that has a lot of integrity, and values and belief systems really mean a lot to this person, which actually means a lot to you as well. Now we do have that Tower energy revelation. I'm picking up two energies here. There is someone, I mean, the Chariot card does indicate choice. There is someone who has hidden feelings for you. I'm going to pull a card on that right now. I feel this is someone who has their own business, or something about cameras. They're showing me cameras right now. Either this person is a photographer, or they've just started learning how to use cameras, or perhaps they're behind the camera, or their industry is connected to cameras. I'm not really sure how else to decode this. They're showing me cameras right now. I mean, camera could also indicate you and this person go way back, that there's history between you and this person. I don't feel it's like history between you and an ex. But I mean, I may be wrong, but let me just see. Thank you so much. The Star energy, Page of Wands. Okay. No, I feel like you've moved away from the past here. I mean, this person, I feel like they admire your strength. They know about a difficult time in your life, and they've admired your strength to move forward. This is someone who's a friend. They are a very loyal friend, actually. I mean, Page of Wands can indicate two energies. One is like someone who's a friend, someone who is very supportive, someone who is really loyal to who you are and tries to be there as much as they can for you. But also it can indicate a spark of chemistry between you and someone new. And I feel that this person, there is someone in your energetic sphere who really has feelings for you, but they watched you go through a difficult time and almost has been waiting until you felt that you wanted to really find love. It's almost like intuitively they knew that you weren't really ready. So I feel they've been helping you move away, or they've been trying to, it's like their words have been inspiring you to heal, or they lead the way, showing you how to heal. I can't quite grasp what I'm being given here, but it's a friend for sure who actually sees you as their wish come true. There's a lot of chemistry here, so you may even feel this chemistry. This person may also be traveling right now. They may message you and say they're on vacation, or maybe you're going to be traveling with this person. I'm not sure. But I get a sense here that there's someone who's connected or committed to traveling. They're a friend of yours, and they actually see you as their wish fulfillment. And I feel with the Eight of Wands there, they're actually going to confess that they have feelings for you. So, I mean, with the Star energy, I feel it's all out in the open. I don't feel like they're going to hint. I feel like they're going to have like a discussion where they're like, you know what, I've always like held a torch for you. It may be something like where they're having a really deep friendship conversation with you, and you're like, let me see if you know. I mean, intuitively, you're very strong when it comes to instinctive knowingness. So maybe you do know, but let me just see. Oh yeah, there it is, the High Priestess. You know. And you know there's chemistry as well. Okay, but I feel like you may have almost like bypassed this person for somebody else at the time. Okay, it's like you had a passionate encounter with somebody else. Even though there's a little bit of chemistry with this person, I feel like you can be really honest, open. You feel really comfortable with this person. But the Eight of Cups, I feel like you just went in another direction. Even though there is, a spark there. I feel like it's something you could explore. But I also feel that you were making some major lifestyle changes. And I just feel the moment wasn't right for you to explore it. So this could come back around again, is what I'm seeing there. I feel like there's a lot of chemistry, a lot of passion. This person really respects you. And I feel like this person, they are bold. They're an influencer. Strong Aries in their chart, maybe even a bit of Leo going on. But I feel this person, they could also make a very, loyal, long-term relationship. So I actually see that you do have a choice there, my beautiful Scorpio. I feel like their revelation may actually surprise you, but I feel also it gives you something to think about, okay? And I mean, I will go to the Celtic cross and see who you're choosing at this time, because deep down, I feel this energy that you want new, okay? So it's your choice. There is an option there for you. But the Tower, I'm going to pull one card on this Tower energy because the Tower is surprise. Now, it doesn't mean it's a negative surprise. It doesn't mean it's a positive surprise. It just means taking a leap of faith because you've been feeling really stuck in a situation. The Tower always kind of represents like a prison or, a place that we have built ourselves that has become so big that we find it really hard to change our circumstances. It's almost like a level of complacency sometimes. We get stuck in a rut, a cycle of repeat where we feel like we don't have time to find love or there's no one out there. So what's the point in looking? We stop, we focus on other things. So I feel like you're really looking at the Tower that you're kind of confined in at this moment in time to break out of it, because the Tower is a liberation. It is to take that leap of faith, to change your circumstances and liberate yourself from, that repetitive cycle. So I'm just going to pull a card on that for you. I feel like you've been in a very still period where you're just letting life happen as it is. I feel this sense of surrender going on in your life, and that's across the board. That's not just in terms of love. You're relinquishing control, almost like saying to the universe, okay, I'm listening. My way wasn't working, so I'm just going to be very still. I'm going to focus on my passions, my projects, and what will be will be. And the universe is going to reward you with love. Okay, so we have the Magician card, we have the Three of Swords. You've been very shaken when it comes to love, so trusting new love is going to be hard for you. I feel even though you've healed parts of yourself, I feel like you are... you're manifesting love, don't get me wrong, but the Three of Swords can indicate that with the depth of love that you are manifesting, there comes the risk of being hurt because you have to be so open and vulnerable. But I feel with the Emperor coming in, you're going to really feel secure and safe in this relationship that's coming in there. The Magician card is a manifestation card. It also indicates that you're making love your focus and not your pain your focus, okay? Not how difficult it is to find love. Because if we always think to ourselves, you know what, it's so difficult to find love. And don't get me wrong, it is, but if we're always focusing on it's so difficult to find love, it's always going to be difficult to find love, because remember, what you give out to the universe, it comes back to you. So it's like a prophecy there, thoughts become things. So I feel it's very important not to focus on the pain or the difficulties of love, to manage expectations in a different way and see how you can invest honesty, truth, and trust into the relationship from the very beginning, because the aces tend to represent new energy. And if you've had heartbreak or pain or disappointment in the past, or even a foundation of what it means to love, for example, witnessing parents or guardians divorcing or turbulent households, it can influence the way you look at love. And I feel like you are really trying to focus on you know, how amazing it can be. You see that turbulent cloud there? It means difficult times. And suddenly the universe pops in with that hand and a pentacle, which means there is, you know, a relationship worth investing coming in for you. Don't allow previous pain or disappointment to get in the way of that, because you deserve love. You are lovable. So now is the time to open yourself up to that, because the universe is sending in the start of something really beautiful that will grow. Okay, this is an investment in the future. With a pentacle there as well, it does indicate that it's a risk worth taking, that this is a relationship that's coming in that's going to start, and it will blossom and bloom because it is healthy. It's starting on a solid foundation. I feel previous experiences may not have started on a solid foundation, but I feel like it's almost like you have torn down the tower and you're rebuilding in a healthier way. And we have the leadership card. Of course, this is the Emperor card. This is about someone coming in, again, male or female, not a gender specific reading. It's about the energy. It's someone you can trust, someone that you will build a future with. The Emperor energy is someone who is serious about settling down, who is thinking about their future, someone that would be a really good father figure or mother type figure if you're looking to, you know, settle down and have children. It's a great parental omen card. So I feel like there will be security in that relationship to build a partnership with a family unit, but not everybody's looking for that or can have that. Some people may not be able to have children, for example. So it depends on what kind of relationship you're looking for. This card indicates that the person who's coming in is offering a secure relationship, someone who respects you, and someone who, you know, has integrity. Also, I feel this person, they have a business of their own, okay, or they're an entrepreneur. I feel like they're really established in whatever it is that they do. Financially, I feel like, you know, they have a secure amount of money there as well. This person, they remain calm in chaotic circumstances. So this person, they really are a rock. I really feel... Okay, now the song's coming back in again. I don't really mention the song unless it comes back in again. Really interesting. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero. Now, it kind of muffled off to the end of that sentence. I think it said to the end of the night, but I'm not sure 100%. I mean, it's a very famous song there. You may hear this song over the next coming weeks that indicates someone new is about to enter your life. But I want you to be aware of the energy that's coming in with this song, okay? You don't need to be saved. And you know that, my beautiful Scorpio. You're someone who is super independent, self-sufficient. I feel this song is representative of someone who is strong enough to walk by your side, someone with very strong beliefs, a sense of integrity, someone who's bold enough to live their truth, and someone who's passionate about life, their intentions, and someone who is strong enough to basically go above and beyond, and, you know, when the chips are down or when there are difficult circumstances, that they stick around, this sense of them being your rock. I feel like you can hold this person to their words and their actions. They always match, okay? So I feel this person will always be there if you ever need them, and vice versa. But I feel that song is kind of an indication that you've been holding out for the one, someone who is strong enough to walk by your side, because you are a very strong character. And, you know, you need someone who is honest and open and tells you their intentions, because, you know, you would rather someone came in and said, hey, Scorpio, I'm really attracted to you. You're super hot, but I'm not looking for a relationship right now. But if you're up for a bit of fun, you know what? I'm up for that. Scorpio, you would be rather more respectful of someone like that. You'd rather someone came to you with that level of truth so you could make the decision as to whether you want to connect with it or not. So everyone's on the same page. So if you're up for a fling in that moment, you're like, hey, let's throw caution to the wind. Let's have that fling. Or if you're like, you know what? No, it's tempting, but I'm just not going to go there because I'm looking for the one. I'm looking to settle down. I don't want to go to that place right now. You want the ability to have that choice. You don't want to be tricked into something where someone says, you know what, here's the world and I see you in it with me. And then suddenly they disappear, or suddenly they're just not capable of being emotionally available to take that journey with you. So this person, this new person you're about to meet, they're really upfront and they really want a long-term relationship. They're thinking for the long term, okay? Now, of course, with the Emperor energy, I have to say, some of you beautiful Scorpios, you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You're very busy. You've got a lot of stuff on, right? The Emperor in a reading, it tends to tell me that some of you need to find moments to let your hair down a little bit more, go out and have fun. Again, don't shoot the messenger when I say that, but with the Chariot card, I feel that's your intention, to go out there, explore new places, faces, opportunities, whether it's you're connecting to invitations, festivals, traveling, you know, hobbies. I feel like you're shaking your life up a little bit this year, and I feel this month there is a strong potential for you to meet somebody new that really matches your mindset. So let's get to the Celtic Cross and see who is coming your way. Look, we got the Queen of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. You are super self-sufficient. You are really independent. And some of you may have even wondered if your sense of independence has intimidated other people or scared people off. That's not true at all, okay? The right person is actually going to love that part of you. You know, don't ever change your wonderful self. I feel like you've had to become strong because of circumstances, and I feel, you know, you're in a position to recognize that a partnership is not, you know, you having to find your other half. There is nothing about you that is missing. Okay, you know, you are whole all by yourself. And when you meet a partner, it's what do they bring to your life as an addition to your life that other people do not. Because I really feel that you've almost taken your attention off the dating scene because you just feel uninspired, and that nobody really brings anything to a relationship that you couldn't bring yourself. So I feel this sense of independence there, but you're looking for romance, you're looking for reciprocity, and you're looking for someone who is super truthful as well there. And you're going to find it. So I want you to be aware of that. We have the Six of Wands. I mean, the Six of Wands in the near future is to reach your goal. So there's a big change. Yeah, you got the Devil card here as well. Thank you so much. Would you like, I think they want that card. Yeah. How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. We've got the Seven of Pentacles there, and we've got the Nine of Cups. So that is a wish coming true, a desire. I mean, it really connects to the fact that the Star will be in the upright, and the Nine of Cups indicates a wish fulfillment. So I feel like you're aligning yourself with a dream relationship, something that is good. It's not too good to be true. I want you to be aware of that. But I feel action needs to be made in some way. So if you have been a bit of a homebody, I mean, the Moon card that popped up there for you in the Resistance position, I mean, this is how you are feeling about the advice that you've had for yourself right now. The Moon can be like hidden. Some of you may not be shining your wonderful light or getting yourself out there, but that's all about to change. Now let's start with the very first card. This is the Queen of Swords, someone who is direct, someone who is honest. You know, sometimes people can't take that level of honesty in life because they're just not, you know, exploring what they want on a deeper level. I always say this, you can only meet each other as deeply as you have met yourself. And Scorpio, you tend to meet yourself on a very, very deep level. So you need to meet someone who is equally exploring that level of depth in their own life. So I feel, you know, you are an old soul, and you see through people's like BS, and you have that sense of incredible supercomputer mind and intuition where, you know, you can see through people's motives. And some people, they just can't operate in patterns that they are used to giving to other people when they meet you. So it's almost like they get a bit scared and they avoid their feelings, or they push away in fear because they're not ready for that level of honesty or that depth of emotion. And that's okay. It just means that person was not meant for you. But the person who's coming in, this person is the one, okay? Now, the Queen of Swords, I feel, as I said, you've had to be a very strong person. You're super independent, but also this is a card of being really honest with yourself, okay? Really looking at what it is that you want, having clarity of purpose. I feel like you've been aligning yourself with your intentions and understanding what you need to do, okay? So I feel almost you've been compartmentalizing your life, like trying to get your projects sorted, your sense of ambition, your drive, where you want to take your life. If you're retired, for example, it's like, where do you belong? What projects are you going to invest your time in? It's all about you at this time. And then it feels very much like, okay, and now I'm ready for love. So I feel there's been a bit of a compartmentalization going on in your life. I mean, don't get me wrong, there may have been moments where you wanted love to come along, but if you were truly honest with yourself, I feel like there may have been a level of chaos, disruption, or decluttering going on in your life where you felt perhaps it wasn't the right time to connect to love at that moment, even though you may have wanted it. If you were honest with yourself, you may have said, you know what, I probably didn't have time to connect to that anyway. So I definitely get this sense that now you are ready. But also, the Queen of Swords is to cut through the stuff, right? It is to be realistic. It's to not waste your time with people who don't set your soul on fire. You know, you can meet a person, you think, you know what, they're really wonderful. They're so kind. They're so loving. There's a lot of respect there, but there's no chemistry. There's no spark. So it's like, I can't invest in that because it doesn't set my whole soul alight. So I feel like you really are looking for that needle in a haystack, but you're going to find it. So don't feel it's impossible, because it's not. I definitely see it's coming for you. Now, what is crossing you? Nine of Pentacles. You know, again, this is a very independent card. You've been sticking to your plans. This is a card where, you know, you've relied on yourself for so long that, you know, when you get into a high-level commitment relationship, you may be wondering, are you stuck in your ways? Are you going to be able to take another person into your life? Because remember, they're going to have a certain way of doing things. You're going to have a certain way of doing things, and those two ways may not be the same. So it's like there's going to be compromise there. But the right person, it's just going to feel easy. It's going to feel like both of you are in sync. You just know. It's almost like you share duties, or you share, you know, your energy. I'm not saying you're going to finish sentences with this person. I feel it's more that, you know, you're just in synchronicity where you do something and they finish it off, or they start something and you finish it off. It just is instinctive, even without words. But I also feel like you've been learning to become a very good communicator about your needs, because if someone really hurts you, the first point of call may be to withdraw in order to protect yourself because of the experiences that you've had. So sometimes you may sit and seethe about things, and you've been learning to have healthier boundaries to say, no, actually, you hurt me. And I feel as you've gone through life, you have learnt to do that. And I feel now you can be very vocal about what it is that you want and really express yourself and your own needs. The Nine of Pentacles also indicates that a lot of you have been focusing on your finances, you know, the material world, finding security. But in terms of relationship, this is an indication that some of you have gone into relationships thinking that there was security there, but it feels like the other person really didn't invest in the same way, or they were lazy, or there was setbacks there. I'm definitely getting a sense of two things, and they're very different actually: jealousy and envy. Okay, I'm getting jealousy and envy. So that may be something that came up in relationships in the past that you're trying to resolve within yourself. You may have committed to people in the past who are very insecure and tried to make you jealous to get a reaction so that it feeds their ego, to let them know that, you know, you need them, you desire them, that you want to hold on to them. But this was their projected insecurities. And some of you may have been like, why am I feeling like this? This has made me feel crazy. But I feel there's an energy here of people almost like prodding you to get a reaction. And because you are honest and you wouldn't expect to do the same thing to another person, I feel like you've been left a bit confused about what happened there. And some of you have been reconciling that within yourself. Also, I feel that you've been with people who've been envious of your independence, your strength, and that really deep down, they have kind of felt you don't need them. Okay. And of course, you know, you want to be in a relationship. You chose to be in a relationship. You choose to be with this new person. And there has to be this sense of desiring that person and needing them to be there because you want them to be there, but not needing them that you can't let go. And I feel part of you has reserved this little pocket of protection where if you need to detach from someone because it hurts too much, even if you love them to the highest mountain in the world, you'll detach and say, I'm gone. Even if it hurts you, you'll do that as a self-protective measure. And they can feel that, they sense it, they've experienced it. They may have been used to people who have said, please don't leave me, or, you know, love me more, or they've been held on to really tightly, where you've just kind of gone, okay, I'm not getting involved in this. And I feel like they've been envious of that sort of energy. And I also get this sense that you attract a lot of attention, and sometimes people who have been with you as a partner, they have felt a little bit inadequate because they are normally used to having all the attention, and then suddenly it's flipped when they're with you. So there's something coming out there where I feel like you've been reconciling that within yourself. The new person who's coming in, there's no competition. This person wants to be loved, and they want to love. And I feel there is a wonderful reciprocity with this new person who's coming in, okay? Now also, I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is also giving me an energy here of you just focusing on your finances. Some of you have become a bit of a workaholic, actually, with that Devil card. Some of you have like really completely thrown yourself into your ambitions and your passions, almost to the point where you've lost yourself in those, and you've just not given yourself time to focus on love as a priority. But I feel like that is shifting at this time. Now, what is below you? We have that Page of Wands again. Okay, so this is what you have kind of on the earthly plane right now, what is below you. And this is a friend who actually has feelings for you. But also I feel like you're calling in someone new. There's something here about going traveling with friends, perhaps, or maybe even going traveling with this particular friend, or there's a friend who's traveling. I've already mentioned this. This person has hidden feelings for you. The Moon card, you know, I feel this person will reveal, because the moon represents the hidden becoming seen. So I do feel, as I said, there is a friend who will let you know how they feel about you. But I'm also getting an energy here of someone new coming in. Okay, pages are communication, correspondence back and forth. So I feel after this friend kind of reveals how they feel, I feel very much like you're talking to someone new, and there's a spark there. But it's almost like when you start talking to this person, it feels like easy. It just feels like you've known this person before. They feel a little bit like home, almost like friend energy at first, but with some extra chemistry, like, this is something different, something new. So let me just pull a card on that for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Oh my gosh, you saw me shuffle these cards, and look at this. Exact same cards that came out last time to express the friend that you may have like ignored as a potential romantic interest, and that you're going to meet someone new after that. So intuitively, I mean, I feel like there's some sort of movement or travel, or you're making some lifestyle changes. And, you know, the Eight of Cups, I feel like, again, there's a higher potential of you stepping away from this friend and meeting someone new, because you're going from the Page of Wands to a King of Wands. So I definitely get a sense here. King of Wands is Aries energy, and this is Aries energy. So I feel after a person reveals their feelings for you, then someone new is coming in. Okay, but I also feel it's in connection to travel or some sort of vacation. I mean, it could even be a quick trip. Some of you may actually be just going through a major journey of self-discovery. And they're showing me something very interesting. What is that? It's like a little drum. It's got two strings on either side with little beads on it, and you do it like that. I'm being given that there's two. Okay. Okay, I'm being given that this is called, oh wow, Aslatwa. Aslatwa. Okay. I feel it goes by many names. Now, I'm not really sure where that's from. I'm not being given that, so I have to be honest on that. And I'm a little bit ignorant on that, so I don't really know. And I'm not going to hazard a guess either. But I'm seeing this beautiful set of drums. I'm being given that these drums are always in pairs, or they're always meant to be in pairs. I mean, drums tend to be significant and connect to like heartbeats. You know, some of you may be actually going to some sort of drumming session, or perhaps this person plays the drums. I feel it's more that this person is into music and that your hearts beat in synchronicity. There's like a rhythm between you and this person. I'm also being given that these drums represent a strong sense of heritage. Okay, and this person is going to be captivated by you, magnetic. I mean, there may be drums playing when you meet this person. I'm not really sure the significance of this. It could be that you walk down the sidewalk tomorrow and you see a drum like this in the store, and it's an omen, a sign that you're going to be meeting someone whose heartbeat it's a heartbeat. Their heartbeats for you. That's what I'm getting. Their heartbeat. You're in synchronicity. I mean, it could be that you're going to meet someone who is like at a ritual or at a ceremony or a place where there is like a spiritual practice that uses those drums. I'm not really sure. I'm going to just give you what I've got. I'll move away from the energy, but they're giving it to me as a signpost for you that is connected to the one. So I'll leave it there. I mean, you may even travel with this person when you first meet them and you see one of those drums for sale or being played at a night out or something. So yeah, please keep it with you. It may mean absolutely nothing right now, but it may mean everything later on. Now, in the past, we've got the Magician card, and this is all about the focus. You've promised yourself that 2024 is to look for things in your life that you feel like you do not have right now. I did say I feel at the beginning like the missing piece, but I actually feel like you're whole all by yourself. There's nothing really missing. They are welcome additions to your life, okay? The Magician card indicates a sense of power, a sense of confidence, that you're in a really good position. You're very magnetic. You're attracting someone into your life right now. And also your thoughts become things, but you must take action and focus on what it is that you want. For example, you know, if you're in a career, you focus on the goal that you want. You work hard towards that. Sometimes we feel like we want love, but actually we don't focus on it enough. So I feel prioritizing is important at this time. And the Magician card, it tells me that you are going to turn heads. You are going to see a lot of people really interested in you and paying you a lot of attention over the coming weeks. Now, what is above you? That Chariot again has popped up. Okay, so this indicates some of you are definitely destined to travel, or you are on the move. I definitely see you're taking action. There is not just a spiritual journey here, but I feel like there's a physical journey. So it could be that you're invited to something. The Chariot card, again, also connects to cars. Maybe this person's into cars or you're about to purchase one. But the Chariot card really is about ambition, reaching your goal, setting yourself in intention and working towards it, having the motivation. But when you apply a Chariot, especially a double Chariot in a reading to a love reading, it means commitment. You know, it means putting the energy into attracting what you desire, but also it means long-term commitment, you know, riding the ups and downs of life with a partner. So I definitely see that you are on track to meet someone new. The Six of Wands in the near future position, this is you reaching your goal. Okay, this is victory. This is a moment of success, accomplishment. So I definitely see with that Nine of Cups as your outcome, you will get the relationship you truly deserve and desire. But also the Six of Wands is a bit of a nudge. Let yourself be seen. If you've been a bit of a homebody or you felt that the time wasn't right to get out there and find love, that means there'll never be a right time. The time is always now. We can't live in the future. We can't live in the past. We can only live in the present moment. So I definitely get a sense here that you are exactly where you're meant to be and you're currently at your personal best. So the person who's coming in is going to love you exactly the way you are because you are lovable, okay? But also that Six of Wands, this is about your confidence. Allow yourself to be seen for who you are. You're always authentic. I love that about Scorpios. You're always authentic. This is a take me as I am kind of energy. But that Six of Wands, I definitely see that you're going to be talking to someone new because Six of Wands and Eight of Wands tends to mean, you know, messages back and forth along with a Page of Wands there. That's communication, passionate, flirtatious messages, something that's a little bit above friendship. So I definitely see that you're going to be getting to know someone very, very soon, and it will end up in that high level commitment that you're hoping for. Now, this is kind of your advice to yourself in this moment or how you feel you've been dealing with life at this moment. The Moon card, some of you have been off-grid or under the radar, focusing on other projects. The Moon card indicates that you have also been, you know, thinking about your goals and your dreams and also really learning to romance your life. Some of you, the Moon card can indicate that you are in a transformational period where you're really looking at your fears, the shadow side of self, and learning the lessons that are within there for you to learn about erecting healthier boundaries and making sure that you don't, like, and this came up briefly, I always say it, I probably shouldn't say it, I should stop saying it actually, but it keeps coming up, so I have to mention it, probably because of my Leo moon. In the Leo reading, there's an energy that came through about idolizing a person that you're with, especially when we meet someone, the first 6 months, that honeymoon period, it's like they are the best thing since sliced bread. And we inadvertently put them on a pedestal, which means they are above us and we put ourselves below them. We didn't mean to, it just happened because we start to think, wow, they're so amazing. I just want to treat this person the best. I want to find the best places. I want to have the best experiences with them. Allow a person to always come to you as well. Okay, so if you're organizing something that's really exciting, then let them organize the next thing that's really exciting. Allow there to be an equal give and take in the relationship, because sometimes, you know, when you're merging with a person, I'm not saying that you sort of like take control of things, not that at all. I don't feel that at all. But with that Emperor energy there, it can indicate sometimes you take the lead on the relationship, and there's nothing wrong with that, but allow the other person to step up as well and lead. Otherwise, people just sit back and say, you know what, this is really nice. I'm getting a lot of attention here and I don't have to do much for it. So just watch out for that, because that's coming through briefly in your energy. Now we do have the Devil card. Very interesting. You've got lots of major arcana cards in your reading, which tends to tell me that the next 6 weeks are big weeks for you in terms of transition to being on track to meeting the one. But the Devil card, it's not an evil card. It actually highlights where you've been feeling stuck. So this could be that some of you have been feeling really like stuck in the world at large. You know, the world has changed. You may want different things in a partner that you didn't want a couple of years ago. The Devil card can also indicate that some of you have been obsessively working on your goals, and you feel that perhaps, you know, you need to come up a bit for air and focus on other things, because there's been a bit of a tunnel vision there, if you're really honest with yourself. The Devil card can also indicate that you were bonded to a person who manipulated you in the past and you felt really stuck. And it's like you found it really difficult to detach yourself from that person. But remember, you're starting with the Queen of Swords there, which is detachment. It means to cut the cord, or cut the bond between you and a toxic situation or cycle. Also, the Devil card is like you don't want anyone to waste your time, and you're overcoming your fears in a relationship. But I feel like you have been learning a lesson between lust and obsession and love. And love is unconditional. It asks nothing of a person, only love itself. And I feel some of you have connected to people where love seems to have come with a condition. Okay, so it could be, I don't know, I can't quite think of anything right now, but I feel you may have dealt with people who are very broken in the past or unhealed in previous experiences, and they came to you for healing. So the condition of that relationship was they wanted your love because they needed to be healed, they needed to be validated, they needed their ego to be fixed. And once you did that, it's like they got on their horse and they rode off into the sunset with somebody else, or just rode off into the sunset. So I feel some of you have been learning a lesson about that. You deserve love yourself. You're not here to be someone's emotional crutch. And whilst it's wonderful to help people and be there for a person, you need to remember that there needs to be reciprocity, okay? So we also have Seven of Pentacles here. This is a hope and a fear. The hope and a fear is, you know, you put so much into relationships, you know, you've been creating a healthy environment. Some of you have been moving away from addictions yourself, or toxic patterns and traits that you found yourself in because of unhealed trauma or pressure, for example. You know, sometimes we can give ourselves excuses like, I'm so busy, I got no time to focus on love. And that's great for about a couple of months, couple of years, how many decades. So I feel, you know, sometimes time ticks on and we just have to be a little bit more honest with ourselves and a bit more real about our circumstances. Also, you know, if you've been hurt in the past by a person, you know, you may have slipped into a toxic pattern or trait of protecting yourself all the time and having the walls completely up and, you know, not looking for love or pushing people away. So I feel some of you have really been looking at that in order to heal it, because the Seven of Pentacles really is to sort through the stuff, almost like cultivate your landscape and keep all the healthy stuff and get rid of the rest. But also the Seven of Pentacles indicates you are taking an alternative approach when it comes to love. love. You're opening yourself up to a new strategy. And I feel some of you have not invested in love recently because you felt love doesn't invest in you, but that's all about to change there. I feel you have been waiting a long time for love, the love that you truly deserve and desire, but your patience will pay off. I definitely see that that's going to happen for you. Of course, the Seven of Pentacles is also in the resistance position with this card. Some of you are close to giving up on love because you feel that it hasn't been rewarding, or it's left you feeling, broken or really tested. And I feel part of you is like love equates pain or drama, and you've stepped away from it for a while. But the right love is going to show you that it is worth the wait and it's worth the effort. That's coming in there for you as well. I feel like you're going to be able to save your love life. Some of you may feel like, nope, there's no one about, it's not savable. I've resigned myself to being single, but you're actually going to find love. The Nine of Cups is a card of being careful what you wish for as well, because I just said a sentence which could be a self, foreseeing prophecy. So for example, if you're always saying to yourself, you know what, I'm going to be single and no one's coming for me and that's just it. I've resigned myself to the fact that there is no love for me and that's the end. If you're saying things like that, even as a joke, that's out to the universe, and the universe goes, okay, that's your wish. So just be a little bit mindful. Words are spellings cast out to the universe, whether they are thoughts in your mind or spoken out into ether. You really need to be aware of how you can affect your immediate circumstances. Now, for example, this came up briefly in some of the monthly readings there for different signs. So excuse me if it's coming up again for you, but it is being shown to me. There was an experiment of two plants put in a gallery or an exhibition, and both plants, they were identical in what they got in terms of food and water and light sources. The only difference was that people were meant to come into the gallery and say wonderful things about one plant, tell it how beautiful it was, how gorgeous, how healthy it was, and the other plant they had to shout obscenities and rude things and horrible things. It was ugly and all of the things. And one plant, it completely thrived, and the other one died within a matter of weeks. And it was the one that had all the obscenities shouted to it. That was a scientific experiment that we are energy and it is transferable. What you put out, you will affect your immediate circumstances. So again, what you put out about yourself, and also remember, your brain is always listening. There is an inner voice there, an inner critic. Your brain is always listening. So if you're telling yourself something, your brain goes, okay, that must be truth. So then it starts to become your truth. So I feel really be mindful of what you tell yourself or what you say about love. Even if you pick up like a mantra every day that you are lovable and your soulmate is about to meet the wonderful you, it shall be so. But the Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment. It is the happy ever after. It is an indication that your wish will come true, but also there is emotional health, there is security, and there is contentment and a connection. Something that you desire, you will achieve. And I definitely see that you're on the right track to meeting this person. I feel like you will meet this person at a place where there is a lot of energy, there's a buzz, a vibe going on. It could be you have a personal win. Either some of you may be training to get a certification or a qualification and you may get really good news on that. Then suddenly, love enters. But I feel the majority energy I've got is some sort of vacation or travel. Or you're connecting to something where you have to travel outside your usual parameters. Okay, so I'll just leave it like that. I do feel there's an invitation coming through, but I feel that's more from this friend who will tell you how they really feel. That could even be an invitation to travel with this friend, but I feel you're looking for new, okay? Now, this new deck, it's a beautiful deck there. It's a personal power oracle deck by DREWIT, and it's really about you and what you've been going through whilst you wait for love, the lessons that you've been learning, and things to pay attention for. We've got I am hopeful. As you can see, this figure is literally coming out from behind the scenes, allowing themselves to be seen, and that star shining upon them. So I definitely get a sense here that you are stepping into the spotlight of your own life and from there, you will meet someone who I feel they're offering an all-consuming love and something that is sustainable. We've also got I am sacred. So that's your inner world, that journey of discovery that you have been on, and recognizing that you deserve the best love that love has to offer. No settling for second best or breadcrumbing that people tend to offer these days as well. We've also got I'm worthy, and you certainly are worthy. And also there's an energy, I am a creator. So some of you, it could be that if you have children, you may have found it hard to find time for yourself, which is completely understandable, but you will still meet this new person. Some of you have also had a desire to be very creative. Maybe it's a passion project or a hobby that you have had a calling to do. This could also be an indication that you're doing something outside your usual parameters and you will meet this new person. But also, as you can see, this figure, it's almost like the world in their hands. So again, I'm getting travel vibes from this card. So strong travel going on there. I mean, it could even be that you're just taking a train journey just out of town for business or to see family or friends, and you can meet someone on the train. So please take it as it resonates. It really feels like there's movement here. I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. We have, oh my gosh, we have the arrow, which means to be right on target. It also means warrior. Okay, remember the song was I Need a Hero. So, I mean, this could be someone, I mean, it doesn't have to be, it could be someone who works in the services, but it could also be someone, as I said, who is strong enough to walk by your side. This is someone who's very courageous. I mean, this is also a rune of justice, someone who's super honest, but it really means to hit your mark or reach your goal, okay, that things are looking up. Also, we've got the ring. Engagement ring. So this can indicate that high level commitment, that you will at least get engaged to this person. I mean, I feel like you'll get married to this person if that's what you're hoping for. But this is a solid indication that a commitment is coming through. And this person that you're meeting, they've also been through some stuff. You know, diamonds, and this is not a real diamond, it's a representative of a diamond there. Diamonds are formed under pressure, and I feel like you've had a lot of pressure in your world, and you are a gem. You really are a catch when it comes to love, and so is this new person who's coming in, and both of you recognize when you've got something really special, you hold on to it, and you never let go. And I know that you and this person are going to feel that way about each other, okay? So I will leave that there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Scorpio. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and love and light.